Hello my crafty friends, Corrine here from Corrine's Crafts. Here is today's card. I'm going to show you how to make a sort of thrifty background just using little strips of card in the background. Then we're going to make a shaker on top because I know lots of people like to do that. Then just a little bit of an element going across there. And then we're going to put it all together. But I'll also show you how to make frames so that they all are even and you don't have to worry about trying to make them all line up. They will line up naturally and evenly. So let's have a look at how we made this card. So I'm not sure what day of the week I'm going to put this video out on yet, but really it's a bit of a thrifty card, so it really is it would be a good one for a Thrifty Thursday, but I think I might need to use it before Thursday. So anyway, we're talking thrifty, we're trying to be thrifty, and all I'm going to use of decorative papers is these 8 strips of my coloured cardstock. That's all I need to use. So all I've done is I've cut 1/2-inch strips off my cardstock. Now the easiest way for you to do it is to take a piece of cardstock and put that up, get a nice size piece, and then just measure it from across the top. So if this was your trimmer, so with that being the cut line, let me go around that way so it's in inches. So if that's the cut line, I would cut this down to 3 inches, so I cut there. Then I would move it down to 2.5 inches, so you can see, and then I'd cut there. Because I find that trying to measure 1/2-inch pieces is quite hard. So I'd start at 3 inches, then cut a piece at 2.5, cut a piece at 2, cut a piece at 1.5, cut a piece at 1, and each one that you cut off would then naturally be 1/2 inch wide until you've got these. So you are literally using the scrappiest bits of your cardstock. And then I've just got a piece of white card. Now this can be absolutely anything because this is not going to be seen. This is literally your carrier sheet. So I'm going to put some glue on. Now when I was practicing, you know, I always like to practice I did it a couple of different ways, and I found I got much better results when I put the glue onto the card. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on. I'm just going to lift this up because I want to make sure it's level at the top. Once it's level at the top, let me just tap that, tap at the top. Oh, it was until I moved it. There we go. That's perfect. I'm going to trim that off in a minute. That then means I know that every piece that follows is going to be level too. So I've got a lilac. Oops. Then I've got some purple. Put that up. Now I can put it right up to the edge there. Just like that. Make sure that there's no gaps. We're not doing one of our floating ones. You could do it as a floating one if you wanted to put this onto acetate, but I think what I'm trying to do is create a lovely background and would struggle. Now this one is my only one that's not linen cardstock. Don't worry about the end because we can tidy that up at the end. No one's going to see that. And then we can go again. It's so much easier to put the glue on this way, I find. So what's my colour that I've not used? I've not used this pink. Look at this lovely little waste pieces of my linen cardstock. Absolutely perfect. So but the most important thing is that you put them up nice so they're nice and parallel. So what I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to just trim that one because then I can use that offcut there. Now, is that one long enough or do I need to use it at the end? No, I'm going to use it at the end where you can't see. You won't see it all. So let's put that one on next. Then I'll go with my line. So I like to do the same colour. You could put a really nice pale one in. I wouldn't leave a white. If you want white, I wouldn't leave a gap. I would put a white strip in. Otherwise, you'll have different heights and things. So, yeah, you can use white or just off-white, but put a piece in rather than just showing the backing. It'll look better. And then we're nearly there now. So we've got the rosy pink. I think I might. And then the linen pink. This is definitely my colour palette, but you can do whatever you want, and actually you'd be able to make this quite masculine if you wanted to. And then the final one, let's have my glue back up. Now this one, I'm not worried that it's a bit short because, well, you'll see in a minute, because I'm going to do a circle, so it doesn't matter that the ends don't quite meet on that one. And then all you need to do is, if I was not on camera, I would turn that over and I'd trim it with my guillotine, but I'm just going to trim it with my scissors because, like I said, none of this is going to be visible when we're finished, so we can take that. Now that is my decorative background. How easy was that to put together? So easy, wasn't it? So we're going to put that and we're going to leave it to dry. I have got another one that is already dry, and you can see it's exactly, it goes that way, look, exactly the same. So I've got a couple to choose from. So yeah, really thrifty use of your cardstock. So the next thing I've done is I have taken a piece of card. Now this is 5x7, I know that much. So I've got 5x7 and I've used a nesting circle die to cut out the middle. Then I've taken a little piece a little bit bigger. Let's go show you. So that's just fractionally bigger. It's about 1/8 of an inch bigger, as you can see. And then I used 2 more nesting circles to cut out of there. Again, trying to be a little bit thrifty. So I've used that one and that one. And you'll see if I put this one on here, they are all bigger than this one. So I've just cut 2 out. And what that will now do is it'll give me a lovely frame, but I can still see the white. I wanted to see the white. If I didn't want to see the white, I'd cut the larger one and the same one there, but I did. So that's going to line that up. That's going to be on the back, but we're not going to see it because we're going to have that over there, you see, so it hides that working. So that's really clever. And then the next thing I need to do is I cut a piece of the lovely pink that we've got. Now, when you're trying to make frames, sometimes it's really hard to do if you want to do an inner frame. So I find, and this is a top tip I can give you, the easiest way is I've cut this so that it's smaller than there. So it doesn't matter where this circle is. If it's not lined up properly, it doesn't matter. So what I'll do is I'll put it through there, and then I've got, let me see if I can get that lined up, a nice frame that sits on the inside. If I can get it to line up. There we go. That's going to line up just like that. And it doesn't matter how it looks on the back because no one's going to see it. So I'm actually going to put that one on, I think. Let me just put a little bit of glue around there. I probably should have got my precision glue gun out, which I have got, but I didn't think to get it out. So let's bring this one in, do it this way around so I can see. And then I can line that up there, like that. Like I say, it doesn't matter what it looks like on the back because no one's going to see it. I just want to make sure I've got an even frame. There we go, on the inside. Let's look at the back. You can see, perfect, absolutely perfect. And actually I could just run a bit of glue under there if you want to, once it's on, just to make sure it's all stuck down because you don't want it lifting. You don't want it lifting. We're going to make a shaker element in a minute. So that's going to go like that. I'm trying to think what order I need to do this in. So this is going to go onto here. Again, I don't want to stick it down yet. And that's going to go just there, like that. And this frame is going to go just there. But I want to elevate it and I want to make a shaker. So I'm not going to stick anything else down for a minute. I'll tell you what I might stick down, thinking this as I go through, is I've got a card base. So I'm going to actually stick that bit on so it can be starting to dry. So let's just do that bit. Get the glue right to the corners and the edges. And then I'll just make sure no one's going to see this because it'll all be covered up. It's all about using your cardstock wisely. I'm going to turn that over. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, I will, because otherwise that mucky mark will show on the back, won't it? And I can hide that. There we go. Right, so that is my first layer. Now I need to make my shaker element. So that is going to stick onto here. And then this is going to be raised up there with a shaker element. So let's have a look. I want to show you how I do my shakers. So what I've done is I got an whoops, it's all stuck together. I got an A5 sheet of acetate and cut it in half. So I've got 2 pieces. Now it is a bit snug, but we can make it work. And what I've done is I've taken this and I've just put the tape just inside so that it doesn't show. So you can just see it fits just like that. And then I've made sure it overlaps. I should have probably put that join at the top, but I wasn't thinking. And then I put an extra little bit of tape there. So all I need to do, so that's going to be my shaker element. I always make you know, if you've seen me do any before, you know I like to do my shaker elements off my card. If you want to, you can run over your bag with an anti-static, over your acetate, sorry, with an anti-static bag. Stops your sequins from sticking. So I've got a few different bits. I've got some sparkles. Let's put those in there. If you're going to do a shaker, make sure people can see what's in it. Then I thought I might go in with a few bits of pink sequins. But you can use whatever you want. Please just have a look at what you've got. Glitters, sparkles, whatever. What's that? Oh, something just stuck to me. I'm just going to try and keep it off the foam. Not like that one. Oops. I was doing all right, and then I put another one on. There we go. Let's get that one off. There we go, because otherwise it'll make a little hole. And then the other little bit I've got is I've got some clear sequins. So I'm just going to pop those in as well. Throwing sequins all over the place. So let's put a few more in. A few little clear sequins. Wow, that's a nice juicy shaker. We all like, we want it to be worthwhile. Right, so this is my second piece of acetate. I've not even taken my protective film off yet. So let's take, oops, protective film off here. Not all acetate comes with a protective film on, but if it's got protective film on, make sure you take it off. Otherwise, all you're doing is it'll separate once you stick it all down. So put that one on, and then I'm going to, oh, look at that, the static. Now I can see my foam tape sticking out, but it's okay. Oops. Now what I do need to do is just grab those pieces. Otherwise, they're going to stop my shaker from sealing. Just the static, it will pass. Because I didn't do as I say and go over it with an anti-static bag first. But not to worry. Right, I can seal that. There we go. Make sure it's sealed down nice and tight. If you need to, look, yep, that's sealed. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to just trim some more off there. Okay, so this needs to be stuck onto here. But before this is where I need to think what I'm doing. So that's going on like that. I love it with the pick. And I've created a lovely little filigree element. I just had a filigree die, and I've cut it out of white. So what I want to do is I think I want to tuck it under. So I want it to come out of there. Do I even want it to go under there? I might have stuck that down a bit too soon. Could it tuck under there? And then, no. Actually, I don't know where I want this to go. I hadn't quite decided. I hadn't quite worked it out. Would that work? That would look nice, wouldn't it? And what about this one? So that needs to go up a little bit, I think. Otherwise it's... Or does that want to tuck underneath there? Let's put it like that. Let's put it like that. So I need to glue it down. I'm definitely going to use my precision glue gun. Oh, it's come out. Not to worry. So what did I do? I put a little bit on down here. And I'm going to poke that bit back in there. Can you see? Under there. Then I want this bit. I don't want to distort it. Let's see where that falls naturally. Okay, so let's just put that piece under there. Just some tacky glue. Just want it to hold. And then, I'm thinking of this as I go along. I'm not quite sure exactly how I'm going on this. Then I'm going to put a bit of red liner tape. One on there. Really close to the edge, just there. One just there. I know the edges are quite close, so let's put a piece down there. I shouldn't have overlapped that, but never mind, it's fine. And then one down there. So it's nicely trapped. There we go. And one just there. Okay, so let's lift this off. Right, once we've done that, I'm just going to look, so that's going to go here. I just put a piece of red liner on the bottom of here just to hold it. I am going to put another piece of foam tape on the back of here, but not just yet. So let's put another piece of red liner on there, because then I know where it needs to go. And then I can grab that. There we are. So what I need to do now is, I'll do it this way round. I need to put that over there, making sure I can't see the foam tape. Can you see? There we go. All I need to do now is another piece of foam tape just at the bottom, just here. Right. Okay. So that is my shaker element. And remember, I put glue on there, so everything will stick down. And look at that. Look at that. Just a little bit different. Just something just to stop it being a plain shaker. So now I know where that is. I'm going to put this one on. Wasn't quite certain of the right order to do all these in. Honestly, I sort of make it up as I go along, just as everybody else does. So, you know, it's just trial and error. There we go. Perfect. Isn't that lovely? I love those 3 frames. Really works beautifully. So the next thing we need to do is know where that's going to go. So let's, all I'm going to do, pop that onto here. Actually, I might need to do it that way round. That covers that up, doesn't it? So let's put that, that's there. I'm going to put a pencil mark. Pencil mark. Just there. That's the right height. Okay, so let's put that in the middle. I'll use my tacky glue. There we go. We said that height, didn't we? Let's make sure it's in the centre. Before it shuts down, let's just make sure I can't see white at the edges. No, I can't. So that's good to go. And then I need to stick this piece on. Right, now the only bit of sticky I've got so far is that. So I need to make sure I've got a bit more stick on here. So hopefully you like this. It's, again, like I say, it's all about being thrifty, just using up the bits and pieces that you've got. You don't need to see that pencil. Let me make that. I forget what's visible and what's not. And then I'm just going to pop that on to there. And look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Now, what you could have done, stamp a sentiment down there or not, or use a little tag. Just using one of the purples from the background, I've just literally stamped a sentiment in white and matte and layered it. So that can then go on. You could raise that if you wanted to, but I don't think you need to. Just make sure you even your borders all around there. And then the last little bit I thought I might do, I'm trying to think, what do I want to do? See these sequins in there? I'm thinking I might put a couple on the outside. So let's put them here. Oh, I've got a couple on the table. That's okay then. So using my precision glue gun, let's start with 3, which I actually did already have on the table. That's got a thread on it. 1. Which way round should I do which way round? Which is the right way round for sequins? I don't know. I don't know whether I'm doing that the right way round or not. Did it go up or down? I don't know. Something a little bit different, isn't it? A little bit thrifty, a little bit different. I want to put, no, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's get rid of those. I didn't actually need to get those out the pot. There was enough out already. And there you go. That is today's card. Showing you how to do my shakers again, because I know a lot of people are loving those. Quick few tips on how to make frames so that they match evenly. Just make them all separately, make them all independent. Let's just knock those sequins down. There we go. There's a bit of static. I love that so much. Shaker-ness in there. And how about that? A really, really pretty card. Something simple, something really, really quick and easy to put together. I hope you like that. Yes, I'll be back very soon with even more lovely inspiration. So until then, please enjoy your crafting. Make sure you share what you make. And if you can click on any of the links in the description, that would be brilliant. So until then, happy crafting, my friends, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.